hai lesto marittime nebus picteri, auro et argento lucente.
As we go into this chorale section, it kind of transports you back to this like medieval era of how the color blue originated. You know, it's really supposed to just give that sort of like you're in a cathedral, you're listening to an organ, that type of feel about it in the show. When I come in, it's sort of call and response between the brass and between myself. So they have this chorale section. It starts off very quiet, a little bit lower, and then I kind of counter that by playing my solo, which is more of a lilting melody. It kind of, you know, lots of waves of going up and down and kind of getting louder and a little bit fuller as I go on. On the mellophone, of course, it is a high brass instrument. The part that I'm playing is in a pretty low register, which means that the intonation is a lot harder when you're playing that low. So I think the initial start to my solo is a little bit harder as I start in that range. And then as I get higher into my more comfortable range, just maintaining that intonation and really giving off that regal feel. It's definitely a moment of anticipation into the big brass moment. As we're going through the hit, there's a lot of things happening. It starts off very slow. We're doing these really strong chord blocks that we have. And then there's one part where we kind of go back down in dynamic, and we start marching faster. So it kind of builds up speed again. It starts accelerating more and more. That's kind of where there's another hit and it kind of climaxes there.
Bend, 2, 3, 4. So you can't release until you start to come up on that. You've got to go all the way with the hands.
It's the front to back balance. Too many in the front are leading it too much instead of going for what's going on from behind them.
That's exactly what it is. What I sense is you lose time when you do the bend. We lose our sense of time through that release. So make sure you're subdividing.
Just maintaining our playing and our intonation and our support of the sound, even as we're going from these slow movements to the really fast jazz run, and just making it look like a really smooth transition going into the next portion of the show.